tried the USB charging facility, seems like it's not working, but we'll just make do with it. So, we've got the vents which are just like all powered up, and we're ready to ride all the way to them. So there's Weymouth House, council block of flats. surviving of the original Midland Red routes serving Birmingham, because before we used to have the 144 service to Worcester, which was shortened to Catshill only, with part of the Birmingham bit being replaced by a 70-minute frequency 144A run by NXWM Yardley Wood, meaning it spelt the end for journeys going into the city centre. So that meant you have to make alternative arrangements to continue on your journey to the city. But But however, eventually they saw another change to the route. This time seeing the 20 service being extended to Bromsgrove instead of running the original route down to Cofton Hackett. The X20, the 20 replaced that section on the 144I, then to provide the link over to Northfield via Longbridge. And instead of it being operated by Yardley Wood, what the 144I did, it was operated by West Bromwich Garage. West Bromwich managed to keep hold of the service between 2023 and, of course, 2025, and now it's operated by Birmingham Central Garage and is known as the X20. And the X20 now goes all the way to Birmingham from Bromsgrove. But however, it doesn't continue on to Worcester, but at least Birmingham has now got a direct link back into the Worcestershire area once again. Because there are lots of older Midland Red routes that used to go into the Worcestershire area, like the 192, that even continued on to Ludlow and Hereford. And there was the Redditch, and also the 150 to Redditch, even continued further down to Worcester. But however, the 110 still survived. focused on the US parks, the ones over in Orlando. So we've done Walt Disney World Resort. They include Magic Kingdom, Disney's Hollywood Studios, Disney's Animal Kingdom Park, Epcot, and also, so that was all the 4 theme parks we've done, and we've also done the 2 water parks. Sorry if I'm having to drop the camera because there's a lot of people around and we don't want to get called for it, but this is just a bit to brief overview. So we're now by the Mercedes-Benz garage here in Tamworth. By the 110 is stretched now all the way to Sutton, Coldfield, and we'll be beginning the flash shortly. Just punching off the camera at the moment until M6, the M6 toll road in the southerly direction, in the southerly direction, and of course got the M42 south, the M5 Birmingham by the A38. But obviously we're not going directly into Birmingham yet, as our next leg of the journey will take us to Sutton Coldfield. So then here we go, we're going along Whitehouse Common. Now we thought this video would be all the way, but obviously there was a school traffic en route, so we didn't want to get them involved. Because obviously you've got to watch it when it comes to certain people and individuals. Always get the consent from other people before you include them. And if for any reason they ask you not, please then comply with their instructions. Here we are now in Sutton Coldfield. So we're now in Wild Green. So anyway, we're just by Bosch. Back then it used to be Blockbuster, a video company. And then it became the Ultimate Training Centre. And now it's called Bosch. And here we are at the Aston Expressway. That's right, the Aston Expressway. And an X3, an X4, X5 has come off the Expressway. Here we go. Along the Spaghetti Junction on the Aston Expressway. There's Birmingham over there. Street. So we're now in the city centre of Birmingham. So quickly got the camera. So E400 is behind on the 94 to Chelmsford Wood. So there's an electric class 730 with the pentagram. That's on the way to Lichfield or possibly Walsall, because we've got the 730s on the Walsall line. Anyway, there's the Selfridges building. The facade looking a bit like the Epcot building. The Epcot floor, got the works going on with the tram system. Obviously, Selfridges is known locally, worldwide, certain people, the monster. So here we are. This is Birmingham City Centre. What I would like to say is thank you very, very much for watching. It's been a pleasure to have you along. And just keep your eyes peeled for more videos coming soon. So anyway, just over there is a 95 bound for Chelmsford Wood. So this is Birmingham, and there's in front the X20 bound for Regnall. Here we are. Welcome to Birmingham.